And I turned my microphone on, so hey. Right. I don't know what my hair is doing today. It doesn't seem to want to go the right way. But one of those things. It has its own mind, like I am. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, whichever you say, wherever you are. Another week. And hopefully we can actually finish this calf armor, and then we can start on the other one. You know, can start on the right leg. Didn't do much outside of today. Checking a couple of things and checking fit. It's just I've just been busy. It's been nice to have a week off and just do things. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I have my coffee because, you know, need that. Oh. I've also been fuffing about with the alerts, so the alert box and the sound alert, so that's the Praise the Emperor sound. Whether I fixed it or not, we will find out. Whether I'm still okay and that the music doesn't record on my VOD, I will find out after this stream, because I couldn't test it on time, because of course I was not have enough time, because, you know, why would I do things on time, you know? But yeah. So what we're doing today. So what I did do this afternoon, if you remember from last week, we measured a little piece to take out to make it a slightly bit smaller, because it was a bit bulky on the top. And so I cut it out and taped it together, taped the knee pit on, and made sure that I could still fit in it. And I could. So what we'll be doing today is we'll be actually gluing this part, so this side will be glued. Then we have to make some amendments to the knee part, because we made that smaller, so now it needs to be smaller as well. And also, because we made amendments on the leg, we have to put them also on the pattern for the right leg, so that I not make the same mistake and have to fix it again, so that this pattern that I'm going to making the right leg, everything is in one go fine. And also we have to figure out this top bit. Once we finish with the knee part. So when that's all done, I can start on the right leg, and we're finally getting closer to something being fixed. So if any of the audio is off, hey JR, if any of the audio is off, if the music is too loud, just let me know, because I've been fuffing around with it again, and hopefully it's all correct now. I think it's if I quickly, can I? And now I hear it. Hopefully you guys hear it as well. And hopefully the Praise the Emperor now gets in a way that I actually can hear it as well. So, oh, coffee, I need it because it's so freaking cold at the moment. Yeah, there's not much else that we can do. I mean, the main reason why you see me talk in the beginning of the videos for a bit is because when I upload my videos to YouTube, I let YouTube generate my my thumbnails, because I don't have time to go and create nice thumbnails. I did have actually noticed camera that there's an editor now within YouTube, so I can actually remove the 2 minutes of waiting while I'm making my coffee. Turn on the stream and making my coffee. So I can maybe remove those and stop some of these people that are disliking my stream. Because for some reason I have quite a few likes. I've got 51 subscribers. But there seems to be someone continuously not liking my game, so giving it a thumbs down. Fuck knows what it's about. Whoever's doing that, stop it. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. People are weird. So yeah, oh, I've been warming my arms, my hands on my cup because oh, it's been all so cold. But yeah, let's see. I gave a little nudge to the 100 and the Refraxy. I am here. But they're probably flying. They're playing War Thunder. So yeah. Right. Oh, I need a heater in this room. There is a radiator, but it's behind my green screen, so it's not really useful. And it also has lots of totes in front of it, plastic totes. So it's not really, useful in this room. So, but yeah, there's not much to say. Sadly, it's the end of my week off, so on Monday I have to start working again, which I really do not want to. But yeah. Right. Put my coffee away. We should have done that now by 5 minutes, so let's show you what I've done. yeah, they're playing War Thunder, so if they're in the air flying, they can't click and go to Twitch to start up Twitch and start my stream. So I get it, but I have told them, like, oi, I'm live. I'm actually reasonably on time, which, Right. So, as you can see here, I have just loosely taped everything on because I wanted to test to make sure it all fitted. I did some sanding here because the pressure of curling this meant that it started opening up a little bit here, but that's clay foam clay. We'll sort that out. That's not a problem. But other than that, it needs a little bit taken in here because the steam is here and that sticks out. So we have to make a bit more of a edge there. But I tried it on, it fits, and I do, if you compare it to the old one, you can see that the knee part is smaller, so it doesn't look massive. You can also see it's more upright. So this bit is going to be more here instead of there. So you can see that here. But I'm quite happy how it looks because it looks a bit sleeker, but especially, like I said it before, like it's the size of my head, and my knee's not that big. So I'm really happy with how I've reduced, because the other thing that I've noticed when you hold it like this is the overall width that we had a massive problem with because of the inside. So if I take yeah, oh no, not that one. Let's move my mouse away so it doesn't accidentally fall on it. So I think if I take a measurement width-wise, that's 16 and a half, and that is 18 and a half. So I've taken 2 centimeters out. Now it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 4 centimeters, that much, from the inside of my knees. So I think that will definitely, hopefully, fingers crossed, sort out the issue that I had with the knee parts knocking against each other. And then, of course, at the end, we still have to... Where have I got this piece? Here we go. This was from the old one, and this shows actually how wide this is. compared to what is now. So that will absolutely help with, you know. So if you look at, because that came from here, yeah. See how wide this is, and if you compare it to here. So that's about the middle, isn't it? Yeah, that's about the middle. And if you see how much more this sticks out, especially on, what's the inside again? Just my left, so that's the inside. So if you look at how much more that sticks out compared to what we have now. So I think this will have solved the knee knocking thing. So I don't have to walk like a fucking cowboy. So that's another thing we need to do at the end when we're finished. But first, I need to take this off. I heated it up and then stuck it on, so hopefully it's got a bit of preformed now, so I don't have to put much stress on it all the time when I start gluing that. Yeah, that's kind of stuck like that. Right, so we first have to, so this was the part where I had this bit came out. So this was what I wanted to do before I started the stream, so you don't see me continuously going, oh, let me try it on to make sure that it fits. So, didn't glue it yet, just taped it close, taped the knee pad on, make sure it fits without, you know, any issues, and it does. So, and we have to glue back down this little corner still, so that we can fully sort the back out. So, so yeah, so you can see here what I, you know, this was here. Can't even put it in yet because it's kind of formed itself now. But you see how much, it's a small bit, but like how much, yeah, it took 2 centimeters out. So now we can glue this closed. And we have to do some amendments here to make sure that this runs straight, so that it's correct point, just like here. Okay, right, glue piece to glue things with. Actually, I've got my bin on here now. Gloves. Right, so let's see. So, would have been better if I actually put my gloves on before I opened the tin, but hey ho. Like I ever learned a lesson. Oh, I also finally picked up the little hand guard, I guess, from the chainsaw. It's now completely, properly based, so it looks good. So that will have to become silver. We'll put that next of the rest of the parts that we need to do for this chainsaw. Yeah. Right. There we go, a light layer. I can see this starts to dry out, so I really have to start closing this more. And alright, here we go. I'm going to go to the other side. Oh. Alright, come on, get in that corner. That's important. Oh, that made me jump. One of the gloves just almost fell out of its holder. There you go. Right. We have to do what we always have to do, is wait for it to dry, which is a weird concept, but still. Oh, that's nice. If you told me 10 years ago that I would actually be drinking coffee voluntarily, I thought you'd be crazy. So one of the things I need to do is adjust this. So I'm just going to, while this is drying, might have to sharpen that knife again. There we go. Yeah. So that this should now. Ooh. It's kind of why I have two knives, so that when one starts getting dull, I can go to the other one. I'll just have to sort that one out. Let's have a bit of a. Doesn't matter 100% how the side looks, because that's where the straight up flange part. I keep calling it flange, I don't know why. But yeah. Right. I think that's getting there. And just for security, I am going to get a couple of pieces of tape, just so make sure when I put them together it stays there. Especially this part that needs to be straight. There we go. Right. And I was afraid of that little area there because I managed to cut it a bit wrong. But that actually is pretty good. Yeah. Well, that'll do. We'll have to leave that for a while. So, while we're waiting for that, and put the lid on. I really need to find a better way of dealing with the big pot. I tried one of those squeezy bottles with a fine tip, but air gets into it and it just dries out. It's like, how am I going to do it? Well, yeah. Right, so while that's drying, I thought I'd have a look at the knee part. So, but yeah, I mean, just to have a look how much smaller this one is. I mean, it doesn't look it, but yeah, it definitely is. It's not this well. It's smaller. Now I'm wondering if we should try put this on before but it might just get curved more. No, that doesn't matter. This is the right size now. Pretty sure. There we go. Right. So, knee cut. And I need to really look at this side. Because I've already taken some off, but it feels like this side's still a bit long, too long. It does. That one's fine. Right, let's use some tape again. Because it's hard. You need multiple hands to hold things. Right, you go in the middle here. That's perfect. And that pretty much fits there perfectly. So that's on the seam. So one of the things I need to do is this little lip here. That's a little bit higher because of the change. That really is not straight. God, that's terrible. So hard to do, you know. Hopefully, with all the changes I've made on this, I don't have to do any of this fuffing around on my other one. Oh, there we go. a little bit better. Still need to clear this part as well, don't we? Alright. Right, so now if I curve this around. Now I already took some off. But I guess not enough. Alright, okay. See if that one works. Okay. Make sure it's absolutely on that. And now, do you fit properly? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. Look. Ah. Looks so good. Right. Can I trust you guys to actually stick? I'll have to fill this little gap because I accidentally went wooey. Oh, it doesn't add in 5 seconds if you're not the member. Now I'm wondering if I should put what I'm wondering now is it's becoming a bit then again, it doesn't need to be symmetric because it's left and right. I'm wondering if I should try on, while it's loose, the kneecaps loose, to do the little flared bit, because it will save me fluffing about while it's on the freaking thing. So, right, you go put there. Now before I made it out of that everybody's back. That's great. I made it out of 2 pieces, and I'm wondering if I don't need to make 2 pieces, if I can just then flap that on. So I think get a piece of cardboard and another piece of cardboard. I had a pencil here, didn't I? Where's my pencil gone? Sharpie, fine. how high did I make this? I think it was 5, wasn't it? That's the inches. I needed to make it a little bit longer because it needs to be attached from the back, so remind myself of that. So I need to make it at least 6 centimeters. So it's 1 centimeter below, or 5 centimeters on top. And I need more freaking. This piece is too small. Might have to grab some more cardboard. But let's have a quick look at this. Alright. Also interesting to see that this is straight. Well, I should do it higher now that I understand that I can go more like a like that, probably. Starting to get there. So I do think that's about the right angle as well. Needs to be a little bit more. That's actually pretty spot on, I think. What are we thinking? I think that actually is pretty... Because you can see an image. Let me see if I can get the larger image up. Where's my mouse? That's my mouse. I think it's... Is it legs? I think it's called legs. There we go. Legs. I know I still got the ones that you sent me on my Insta, so... Because you can see now, and I'm pointing at the screen and you can't see that, of course, but if you look at the leg with the skull on it, how high angled it is. And I think if you look at this here, that's pretty spot on, I think. Now let me make it correct. Wink. Use the lines on my right, it needs to be there. Still, I mean, I can't inch them out as much because we still have that issue of not wanting to have knee knocking. Okay, no, it's not the right angle. Hang on, let me... Hang on, I need to do this, because it's... The knee is a little bit more curved. Try and hold it the way it's on the image. That way. Actually, it does kind of look... No, it's a little bit more curved from there. I think. Yeah, I may have to do that. I just wanted to think if I could glue it on this way. It's easier to glue it on than when it's fully on, and then just attach this. So let's. Yeah, you make a good point there, JR. Here we go. Of course, the knee is in a slight, it's like a slight forward thing. Just grab a piece of straight cardboard instead of that weird. That doesn't quite. I think this is the angle. Because don't forget, the knee is kind of pointing forward. Like I said again, I can't go out too much. If we have to adjust the angle just because of the freaking knee knocking. But I do think this looks right. Even if it's not perfectly like, I think the angle actually on the image is more like there. Hello, Onreg. Sorry, I couldn't resist sending you another psst. Because you always say I should, so. And also, I could do with an extra pair of eyes. I think. I do think that this is kind of the angle it should be. Another thing I just noticed looking at the other knee, that there's a slight bend in it. So I think that happens because of go there. Yeah, I think this is the angle that we need. I think if we go out too much, then we risk the knee knocking again. It does look like a bit of a pie wedge. Yeah, I think this is the angle. Ugh. Right. There you go, you can see me again. Right. Okay. Right, so one of the things we need to do is make it all the way to the top and make it straight. need to grab some more cardboard. So, give me 2 seconds because it's behind my fucking screen, of course. Let me grab some more cardboard. I'll be right back. Right. Cardboard. I need something that's these are all too small. No, because it needs to be less curved, more curved, I mean. Can I use this piece? This piece might work. Right, yoink, you guys can go here for a sec. Right, so let me see. Let's take the knee part off again. Yes, I need this. Right. Let's draw some lines and see if we can figure this out. That needs to be about a centimetre. Yeah, about. Okay. Oh, this is the wrong fucking side. Yeah. My brain did not work. Okay, so I need to start higher up because I still need to go all the way around. God damn it. Ah. Alright. Let's try this again. No, it's still not high enough. Why am I... Right. Let's try it. Right, somewhere around there. God damn it! Damn it! Stay! Right, let's try this again. Make it straight there. Yeah. Alright. And centimetre. I need about a centimetre to attach. And if I was smart, I would have actually done a two-word so that I have fucking both. Might think 5 centimeters actually not too big, but we'll see. And 5 and 1 and 5 and 1. So what I'm doing at the moment is I've got 1 centimetre to stick it and then 5 centimetres sticking out. So, and now ooh. Oh, I can use this. And then we can make that one from here. Oh, one way around. Something like that. Let's try that. Those of you who do not have membership or subscription, you will get an ad soon again, because apparently I've been streaming for an hour already. The time is concept because it goes too fucking quick. Our first mock-up for the flange, the ledge, whatever you call this. I have no fucking clue. Here we go. Right. There it is. Go! Okay, right. So it's a bit still annoys me that cardboard's slightly curved and it's right, let's see. First things first, this is supposed to go here. Of course, foam can be slightly bent, but it's similar of an idea to I might have to carve a little bit of the back so that it sits in the right angle. No, can you come up? Kind of looks okay. Just has a sharper edge there. Let's pin this. Oh no, for the old these is 7mm foam, so I'm not using any of that, but when I start working on the backpack, for instance, or any of the shoulder parts, and I might need something thicker, I will reuse that. But this is the old, the thigh armor that I had added some edge to it, and as you can see, I've been using that to cut the knee parts out. So I will be reusing that because you know, it's a large piece, it's flat, and I can reuse it. So I will be reusing as much as I can. I will always try and reuse. Because it's just, you know, it's expensive stuff. That's why I usually try and do stuff more with cardboard before I start working on the foam. Come on, stick. Actually is pretty. I mean, the edges need to be. The cardboard doesn't show how sharp the edges are going to be, but I do think that's pretty much. So you can see on the foam, the cut is quite sharp. That's fine. That's what I will get to. But I'm looking at the shape, and I mean, I'm so happy with the smaller kneecap now. The only thing I'm looking at, let me mouse. Let's. Because that knee is actually more like. If you look at it on the side and compare it to the back leg, that's pretty spot on. Could it be a bit more forward? Yeah, but that's just a drawing. But I do think for hold it like a tiny bit like at the angle that leg is. I do think that's pretty alright. Because I think this one as well is a bit not round enough, and I think this one is actually properly round like that one looks. I might sharpen up this to be more. Let me get back to that leg. Let's see, I think that tiny bit of an adjustment there we go, that's it. Tiny adjustment. Yes. There we go. I'll take that look. And I also think now that it's probably easy for me to put the knee, glue the knee on. Knee on. What is it? As Henrik would say. And knit in there. And then put the flange on. Because I can hold it easier with the flange. I can't hold it here to push it in, and I can do it when it's that. So we'll glue that, and then while it's drying, we'll cut out this. Oh, and I need to make an adjustment there, don't I? Yes. Alright, don't need those. Okay, and so to make when I put the glue, the top bit on, to get this bit more straight, so at the moment the edge is here, so I'm going to cut the edge so it's straight, so when I glue that on, it's got a better edge, and I do that before, of course, I'm going to glue this on, so, oh, too long, that'll do. Yep. Sorry, concentration phase because sharp implements. That went on the floor. Yeah. Alright, come on. There we go. So it's got a little bit less of a so it's easier to glue this part on. Maybe actually finish the left calf arm today. That'd be nice. Just giving it a quick sand. There we go. Right, so this seam is going to be the hardest. It's not a normal edge. And I'll just remove this one, because I think that's fine now as well. Yep. Right. let's get the glue. And I'll glue the back bit down as well. Gloves. Oh, I need to find a new box. I think I have a new box somewhere. Getting close to empty again. I use so many gloves. But it is better than gluing your fingers together. So, you know, there's that. And yes, I have experience with super gluing my fingers together. I have done that in the past. Yeah. There we go. Make sure I do the right part. The thing is with this glue as well, it's no use globbing on more glue because it actually is counter effective. It's actually better to have a little layer than a thick layer. It's not going to glue better with a thick layer. Alright. Okay, let that dry. Go sit there and then do the other part here. Alright. As long as we get the best way of, you know, to get a really good close connection, then there's less sanding and less filling needed to be done. I'll learn my lesson from the other one. Right, that's getting there. You can see the last bit I've done, you can see the shiny shine on still, so I have to wait for it all to go non-shiny. So this side is pretty much done and ready. But yeah, this is the problem when sometimes you just have to sit and wait for things. Not as bad as watching paint dry, but you know. I have to give it a bit because it just makes, I found that if you wait a bit longer, make sure that it's more tacky than dry. Just helps really. We'll have to start in the middle because we've done this before where we didn't put it in the middle, did we? Ah. But yeah. This is look, see it's getting there. It's a little bit still. No, actually, we'll take a drink in the meantime. Hydrate, people. Yeah, I think it will do. Right. Alright. this as solid as can be. Okay, that looks good. Oh, come on. Get in there. Straight. This one is not as good. This side. Need to buy some more tape. So the attachment here is not as good as on the other side. So the other side is really, really like solid. In here I've got some gaps. Can I push you in more? Come on. Yep. That will have to do for now. As long as the most important parts, the ends, the middle, are stuck properly, then anything gap-wise I can fix. Oh, but that's so much neater than before. Right, that'll do for now. Right, we'll see how that one goes, but yeah. And so while we're with the glue open, might as well quickly do this little tail. Oh, let that dry for a sec. Ah. It's hard to see in those little corners, but let's give it a minute. Trying to be good and actually clean up while waiting for things, because my desk was always a disaster after every stream. So I have to get that cut out. Right, need a piece of tape because I know that's going to be under pressure. Here we go. Alright, so this can dry. You go here for a sec. Stay there. Right. Blue. Right. Like I said, this is one of the pieces of failed thigh armor. I'm actually thinking if I cut this part off, I can reuse that if I ever need a strip, because that's in principle what it was. Here we go. And a pile of spares. Now, here we go, and I need my orange marker. Where's my orange marker? Oh, I'm blind. Right, and I need mark the centimeter. So that's because the centimeter is what needs to go underneath. Making sure that this all looks similar. There we go, that'll do. Never know if I could use that. Again, sorry, concentration phase when I use sharp tools. And we got another ad happening, so in about a minute and a half. Just, you know, so you're aware. Could be a full ad, could be a little ad. I don't know. I am not in control of ads. If anybody wondering if I make absolute shit ton of money with the ads, absolutely not. I would make between no money to I think the highest I ever had was $28 per stream. So yes, it's not like a money pot. Now, one of the things I'll do is I'll heat it up before I start putting it. No. So the subs, because you don't get the ads, I don't get ad revenue. But that doesn't matter. I make more on the subs than I do on the advertising. It depends on where the subs from. So UK, US. It kind of is a different percentage, but they just recently some countries had a lower cost per month, and they have actually put that up. So for me in Poland, to subscribe to someone has gone up in price. So that it changes also how much you get. I think it's something like around $2 I get from your. I don't know how much the subs are anymore because I've been using my Twitch. I've been using my Amazon Prime sub. The people that are not subscribed that get an ad, that's when I get the ad revenue. So the more viewers I have, the more percentage I get for the ad revenue. So if I get rated and I have 10 people in my stream, I earn more. So like last week we got rated, so I earn a tiny bit. I had earned something like $0.21 last week. That's because I had a raid, so there were 10 people in my stream, and some of those people will get ads for a very long time. Because you're in Poland, certain countries didn't get ads at Twitch. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. So for me, it's like if you subscribe, that's for me the fact I have subscribers. I've been streaming for a long time. The fact that I have subscribers at the moment is new for me. So, yeah, more viewers means more income in ad revenue because subscribers. I have a set. I can set it so that subscribers get adverts, but to me it's like no, you're subscribing, so that's your perk. You don't get ads, so you shouldn't anyway. So, but yeah, views is in that respect. Viewers is the ones that gets the ad revenue. Why is this not working? Why is this too big? Oh no, actually, no, it works. I just need to bend it. Oh, look at that. Ta-da! Looks like it's wider on that side than on that side, but I'll do a. Ooh. That's because they're not the same on each side, because, I think. Yes, this needs to be a little higher. Hang on a second. Think. Yeah, that's right. That's better. Bin. Ah! My arms need to be longer. I think. Yeah. Right. I think that works. At the moment, it looks like it's a bit. Let me do the tape again, because It's so hard to do something when you're trying to hold things in 2 places. Right, come here. Yeah. Come here. You need to go there. Alright. So at the moment, you can see here there's still a bit of space. So I'm just making sure that it fits. I'm going to push it. It's a bit longer. So I have to really push this to go down. So otherwise, or should I take a little bit more off on? Because here it feels like I really need to manipulate it to get it on. So now I can look at it without having to try and hold things. What are we thinking? There we go, I think that would work. I mean, as you can see here, it doesn't connect really nicely there, so I need to take a little bit more off the back end on this edge so I can attach it a little bit better, because you can see here. So you can see there's a bit of a gap. Nothing a bit of foam clay can solve, but of course rather have it less than more. Right, okay, so I like that emoji. Ah, okay. Right, so let's really take so what I'm doing now is just literally putting my knife against the edge and literally just taking it so to become almost straight. Prepping everything is the most important thing. Right. Let's get in there. Come on. You were dead, but now you're alive. That's vampire? Songs sometimes. Lyrical. Geniusly. Not really, but. Right. You know, this is boring to watch probably, but prep everything. Make it a bit more smooth so to get better coherence. Right, that should kind of work. Right, let's. Here we go. Right, so this is pretty much glued on. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I might just leave it on, but I need these in the corners. Ah. Kimmy! Get off! There we go. Yeah, there's definitely some fitting that needs to be done on that side, but this side's pretty solid. Right, so come here. Yeah. That's better for connection. Right. Open the glue again. That means we're gonna be like close to being finished. We could start on the other one. I only need 2. There we go. So keep that, because we need that for the next one. Oh, and I need to do that as well, don't I? So the change that I've made here, to make it smaller, I need to put that on the... I might have to do that before I put this on. So I've made this smaller, so I need to make sure I put that on the pattern, so when I do my right leg, and it's left side, front, side. No. Oh yeah, it is this one. Right. Okay. I didn't change this, but I did change that side. From here to there. Literally just and I need to make right, so that's one, it's amended. I'll cut it out another time. Put it in. This is the one, and then on the front, and I'll measure you there. From here come here, you go here. From there to there. Let me go here for a second. While I've got right. Before I put that flange on, otherwise it's quite in the way. So, right. Glue. Those really need to dry for like another 24 hours before I'm fully confident in manipulating them. So get the heat gun. And just put that freaking spiderwebby thing. Right, so once this sits in, we can start on cutting the right leg. Come on. I know some of the glue will stick out, but that's okay. You can sand that. Just need to make sure that I have connection. Right. That looks pretty good already. Just waiting for this one to dry properly. Damn it. It's the only problem with using tape. Ah, see, it's still shiny. Just bending it a little bit so hopefully when it cools down it stays a bit more curved. Come on. Stop being shiny so I can stick you on. The other side's done already. Right. I'll give it one more minute and then I'll stick it whether it's still shiny or not. Right, I'm gonna stick it. And this is the hard part, making sure that it doesn't stick in the wrong places. So right. Oh. Let's get this. No, 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 no. Yep. Okay. I think that went alright actually. Oh no, 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 no. Fuck. Here we go, that's better. Is it perfectly on the light? No, no, it's not, but That's actually pretty good. Whee! Just trying to push some of the edges in so that I have less to fill. Okay, right. That, I think that's pretty stuck on. Here we go. Just making sure. Pretty much spot on. Just checking the center line. I think I need to slightly round this area off. There's a bit of a... to make sure it's... because this one is not as pushed in as that, but... so that it goes a bit more straight up. But I think that is pretty much what I wanted. After looking at take a little bit off here and this might be a little bit less round. Yeah, absolutely looks, I mean, glue's in the way. Yeah, I do think like old one, new one. Do I need to slightly work on the shape because I didn't put it on the perfect, but especially the biggest thing I enjoy is the fact that the kneecap is a lot smaller, and if you hold it that way it's more upright, and I just think that looks better. I mean, it looks on that one knee that it's more pointing forward, but I can do that probably by bending it a little bit more that way. Yeah, I think that's pretty... like I said, I need a tiny bit work on the how this looks. I need to try it on and see how much this sticks out, or this side sticks out, based upon walking. I think it's actually pretty alright. But yeah. And let's round this off a little bit more. But yeah! Left leg done. And I have to think now, the way she's standing. This is the knee that has the skull on it. This is the left lee. Yes. Right, so what's next is on this. So wait for it to dry. I have to wait at least 24 hours to make sure it's absolutely 100% dry, the glues. So we'll have to sand around here and here. Well, I don't know if I need to sand a lot. And then fill up the gaps. I have a little bit of a gap to fill in here and a little bit of a sanding to do. I think that's pretty much fine as well. And then I have to work on the inside. So you can see on the inside here, it's got an edge that I need to probably like sand a little bit rounder. I wish. Can I manipulate you still a little bit? Yes, I can. Might have to see if I can get that more attached. 'Cause the lip is very small, but because it's not perfectly on this line. This side, pretty much on the line. This side, not so much. So I either have to... Actually, can I... Oh yeah, yes, see. I can... Can I might have to put some new glue on and just do that again. Because there was only like a tiny bit on. It's good I kept my gloves on. Have I not heard this song already? Right, let's try that. Let's see if I can redo that one so that it's actually stuck on properly. Right, let that dry for a bit. So yeah, so now all we have to do on this one, sand, fill in any gaps that we find with foam clay. Sand again, because sanding is the only thing that you always do forever and a day on these. And then it's ready for paint. Oh no, I need to put, well, I need a base layer probably, but I need to put the skull on. I think this is a, like, so if I look at her, she's standing like, she's standing. Yeah, her chainsword is in her right hand, Walter is in the left hand, so the left knee is the one that needs the skull. So we need the skull on this knee with the little spiky spikes. I wonder if there's any skulls from I can get from Halloween and cut them up instead of trying to make it out of foam. That might be worth having a look into. And we can start cutting out the right leg. Now that we've got the, I need to make these cuts. There we go. That one. time, that should have dried enough. So let's see if I can push you to the correct edge. Yes. Excellent, that's better. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, look, that's better. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Do I still have to kind of figure out this and, you know, try if I have the right leg ready and try them both on and see if I can walk? Yes. There might still be some workings on this. But I need to put a piece of tape there because it seems to want to walk away there. Might have to do a little bit of glue behind there by the looks of it. Okay, and here, same. Actually, it's a lot better stuck there than. Yeah. Right, let that dry for a sec. Bring it down. But that's what I'm going to be doing as well. Is like on the inside here, smooth this so that it's flush with the kneecap, so that it's nice and looks like one piece. Give that another second. Right, so I've got the front, back, front, the back. Okay. Right, and this side, right. Are you heavy enough? Yes. There we go. Right. Give it a single second and then I'll start. Let me see, actually, where are we? Okay. I haven't even unrolled my new piece of foam yet. So the nice thing is, I mean, I've been able to use the failed thigh armour as pieces for this armour, so I'm not wasting anything. Especially, I think, when we start working on the shoulders and the neck part and then the backpack, I think a lot of these pieces that I keep because, you know, might be able to use them, come in handy. So save the pieces, because even this, like little pieces of foam that I use to, you know, I think that's better. Okay. Yeah, that's better. A little bit behind there. The same as like with Warbler, it's like it's thermoplastic. Even all the small bits, I keep them in a pot because I can literally heat them up together, smash them together, and become a ball, and can reuse it again. I mean, once these pieces are used, they're going to be thrown, but now I need this. You can go there. Probably don't need those for now. Just clearing a little bit of space because these big pieces of foam are going to be a nightmare otherwise to cut. You can go up there. You can hang. You can hang. You can go there. I'm gonna need the big one, not the small one. Come on, you go up there. Oh fuck. I lost my glasses. Oh. Gloves go in there. Put two there. And that can be thrown. Alright, so need a bit more space. I'll need to clear that side a little bit. Right, so that's all nicely stuck now. There we go. Right. That's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. Just putting them next to each other, like. Does it look higher? No, they're similar height. But they're definitely. I like it. Right. You can that kind of way, glue can go. Oh. I always try to clear the edge a little bit before I close the lid again, because here you go. You can go there underneath. Right. That's good. Can use that. You guys can go there. Battery, cannot lose that. I only got one. Should I get more? Yeah, probably. Right. Move my chainsaw. And the other piece, actually, it's a good idea. So actually, so this one goes flat. Come on. Yeah. There we go. It's easier to store it flat. Right. Got the big roll. Oh, there's my pencil. I found my pencil. Put it where it's supposed to go. So, 5mm HDMI, not HDMI, high density HD foam. You can have low density foam, which is easier to fold, or high density foam, which is stiffer. And for the... And I was just thinking, why did I buy high density foam when I needed to fold around? Oh yeah, because I needed to be quite stiff for the leg, yes. I knew there was a reason why I did it that way, but... Right. How am I going to do this? Actually, I can leave it like that. Ooh, got my chair. Then roll, and then do it that way. And if I grab heavy things, put it down with, yeah, here you go. So, helps if I grab the things I need. Right. I think I need to buy another Posca marker. I have quite a few, but alright. And this side and the little markers. And that's the side. That's the front. I have to think that for a second. Right. Yep. Oh yeah, I need to write down that this is a front piece. Well, the front on the... that should have... Never mind. I believe that's the back. And that's the side. Right. This one is actually staying reasonably folded out, so you go there. Okay. Right, and then this is the back, and that's the side, and then one more. So I'm looking at the time. And here we go. Right. All 4 pieces. Oh, hang on. That's the front. That's the wrong way around. Never mind. And that's this side. There you go. Right. To make this easier, okay. Why are you not cutting through? There we go. Okay, one. Two. Make sure that my cutting mat is underneath it. Oh. Three. And four. Right. And you know, the amount of these rolls that I've got at the moment. 3mm, 7mm, 5mm. I have low density and high density 5mm. Got the new 10mm roll that I got because I know I'm going to need it. But that's still in with plastic around it, so that's fine. Right. There we go. Huh. And I need to make sure that these points don't know how to. There we go. Okay. Really need to push harder, I think. Again, concentration phase because using sharp implements. You don't want to make this a horror stream. Okay. Alright. Again, it's not cutting. I need to cut. I need to take the end off. I think I've sharpened it so many times it's gone too thin, so it doesn't cut as well anymore. Or it's just my fucking technique, but that's, you know. Alright, so. That's one. I'm just not. There we go, that's better. Right. Oh, and another ad starts in about 28 seconds. I just looked there for a sec. So I'm sorry if you get an ad. Can't much do about it. And for those of you who have Amazon Prime, guess what? You can get a free subscription. And have Jeff Bezos pay me. Okay. I have to make sure as well all my pieces of EVA foam are in the bin because my cat seems to find them if they're not, and it's just a tiny bit too much for scary in case she eats it. So after the stream I always need to make sure I've got everything in there. I don't know what is wrong with that cat. She likes sewing pins. It's like, the fuck are you doing, cat? And I can hear her playing with them because they're like tinkle. It's like, where the hell did you find this? Right. Okay. Getting there. Well, we are getting to the end of the stream, but and that is 3. There we go. And one more cut. Might need to empty that bin as well. Right, we have all the pieces. Front, back, side, side. Here we go. So I think, so that it can dry for next week, I'll glue this side together, the front. I shall, yeah, because then it can glue and then we can, yeah, actually, yeah, right, got time for that. Right. Here we go. Gloves. Get some tape ready. I can do that while it's drying. There you go. Piece of foam. Okay, right, sorry about that. It's just zoned out for a second because okay. You can lean against that. Okay. So next week we can actually, hopefully, get most of the right leg done as well. Because in principle, we've done all the experimenting, all the figuring out on the left leg. So hopefully, after that stream, we can add the skull. We'll have a look at anything of the Halloween selections. And then we can next week start on, I think we can start on the body armor, the chest armor. Because one of the things that I noticed is when you look at the image that I'm using as my reference image, there's actually a seam front. And what I'm thinking of doing actually is, so you've got really small zips. So I'm going to do some testing to see if I can use a zip and that it becomes small enough to hide, because there's a neck piece here. So if I zip it up to there, so here where my thumb is, but the neck piece covers that, so you can't see that it's a zip. But that means like you have to think about the fact I have to and be able to put this armor on myself. So if it's just literally like a jacket that I can put on, so open it from the front and put it on, that would help so much. The only thing is, how am I going to do that? And still, because I will have to use Warbler, because there's no way that otherwise this will deform too easily. Hi Heroes Light, welcome to the stream. So we have to do some testing, some thinking. Right, so this is the scary part. Oh, thank you. It's been fun trying to trying to keep it up. I used to have multiple coloured hair. I need to warm these up so I can flip them the other way. Oh, you go stand there for a sec, you go there. I need them to bend outwards and they bend inwards. Oh, other way around. Are you a streamer? Are you a cosplayer? Or just a fan of Warhammer? I get a lot of people that are fans of Warhammer. Right, so let's do one. Alright, let's see if that helps now that it's a little bit warmer. Ah! Grab it the other way around. Ah! Ah. Oh, this is oh, cool. What's your plan? You got a plan for a cosplay? Which person you want to cosplay? Ugh. Ah, yes. Yes, I like that one. I've seen a few people work on that. Ah, god damn it, it did. Fucking hell. I just realised it's still on cutting and I'm on gluing. How the fuck? Hang on. Give me a sec, so I've just been in the middle of gluing, so I'm just... Let me put some tape on. Yeah, but there's still enough things in there that you can get experience in working with. I mean... Yeah, that's my strength. I'm a seamstress before I started working with foam. So the part that I have done on this cosplay is the cloak. So yeah, you're similar to me. Right, let me quickly tape this down with what I've just glued so I can see what the fuck's going on with my desk cam. I should have noticed, but I was looking at the chat and not at my rest of my screen. So, right, that's stuck down for now. You can, here you go, you can go there for a sec. Mouse. This camera has been playing up though. Yeah, and there's so many videos out on this these days, so Logitech. Yay, I'm back. Right. Apologies about that. Right, so what you missed is me having cut all the pieces. Oh, this is gonna be just great. And what I've done is this is the front, and I glued it together. And this is a tip for you when you start gluing with foam. I don't know if other people do it, but I find, especially when I have these curvy bits, that if I use tape to help it reinforce, it doesn't split open as much. Because there's so much, so then after so many hours, it's... Oh, another tip. The more accurate you get your seams gluing them, the less mess you have to do later on. Because that is the freaking pain. So, so just to show you, and don't be afraid to redo stuff as well, because like that. So this is the calf armor that I finished today. This is the left leg. I've got some tapes here and there still. And this is the second try. So I made a previous one, and I made it in 7mm foam, and it was quite bulky. So this is the old one. Put the glue aside. So this is the old one. And it was... This part is too wide because it kept knocking my knee. When I was walking it kept knocking the other one together. And you can see my seams here are not as nice as they are on this one. So you can see that I've made quite a lot of changes since. So, you know, don't be afraid to redo stuff. For this, because there's no... I have just other people who've done Scissors of Battle, which the cosplay I'm doing, but none of them really, you know, showed how to make it exactly. So that's why it's a little bit like. But this is so much better. I've done my seams so much better. But yeah, that's. Still have to do a little bit of work here on this flange bit. But this is, I'm pretty happy about it. I still need to do some, just made it smaller here. So I need to sand that again. Don't touch your eyes when you have gloves on with glue. I've just realised. But yeah, so I'm making the next one now. This is my right leg. So... This bit is this front bit, so now I think I'm gonna let this dry, because I think if I start manipulating it to try and put, because again you have to put, this needs to start going around, and I want the glue to be. Yeah, it's getting a lot better now. I still hear I can see that there's a little ridge. Best thing you can do, where are they? Here. Get a pack of nail files. Because I do have a piece of sandpaper. But with a nail file, like here, because it's cardboard, it's a bit stiffer than a piece of sanding paper. It's far easier trying to work on seams. Because you've got this bit of... And I found putting my arm inside helps as well. And you can see already how quickly it starts to clean up. Thank you for the follow, Gemini Tiger. Don't worry, I am going to, in about 5 to 10 minutes, start closing the stream because it's dinner time for my cat. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, I'm so close to 200 now. I am so close to 200. Let me check. But yeah, nail files are perfect for this. Right. If I'm going to stop gluing. Close the lid. Here we go. So next week, this should be dry. And we can heat it up and start forming it around so that we start putting the side pieces on. And then these I need to bend so that they go round that way. So they go this way around. That's the nice thing about EVA foam. You heat it up and you bend it around and it will stay that way. So, but yeah, so this one goes here. That one goes there. So yeah, that's some of the other stuff that we will be doing. Mouse. What was I going to check? Oh yeah. Ooh, two more followers, and I'm on 200. That'd be so nice. So, right, right. Oh, thank you, Aurora, for adding another person. Yes, it's a Sisters of Battle cosplay that I've been working on. I have thigh armor completed, which is very simple, a simple form. It's just a cone tube with a side bit that I got some Velcro on that can stick to my leggings that I'm wearing. These are the calf armor that I've been redoing because the first episode, the first iteration wasn't as much. And this is the right leg that I'm working on. Oh, Kim! Thank you so much. Kim, Chris. Aww. I have to then. Hang on. I'm good. I will follow back, and then at least it's everybody. Here we go. And here we go. Right. Sorry, my monitor is a square monitor, it's a 19-inch square monitor, so... Ah, alright. Oh, and let me show you. So you say you're a seamstress, or you can sew. Yeah, I mean, this for me is my first big armor. I have made small bits. I mean, I made, as a test to see if I could actually work with foam, I made this bolt pistol. It's still not finished because it still needs more paint. It's just I got so busy with the actual. Why is my come on? So yeah, so that's the bolt pistol. I am going to make the full bolter because she actually is carrying a bolter, but I wanted to start on something small. So like this is made from foam clay, and the rest is all pieces of foam. It's got a plastic dip layer on it. But yeah, it's not like you can see here. I still need to do bits and pieces, but I've learned so much from just making this. But yeah, it's, you know. That was the very first thing I made. I'm a big Warhammer fan. So I read the books and everything. So this was my first reiteration of the Calve armor, which is not as good. A 7mm foam, and it was just too bulky. So here you go. Oh, don't get me. Yes, I know the feeling. I have so many rolls of foam lying around now. So this is the Calve armor that I finished now. So I'm working on the right leg now, and I have made. Ooh, hang on, because I needed to cut a big roll. So I actually have. Oof. The start of a chainsaw. I've got the little teeth. I have no idea where I put them. They're probably somewhere safe for my cat. So yeah, so that's the that we've been working on. So it's open here. I've got a little open here, and right. What I'm going to do is, so I've been working on a little soundboard. So you can see the big hole here, and there's underneath here is the other hole. There's going to be 2 speakers there. There's going to be a little soundboard in here, and on the handle there's going to be 2 buttons. Because on the soundboard I have the stationary sound for the chainsaw, the plain chainsaw sound, and then the other button's going to do the cutting sound. So the so that's what I've been working on as well. What else have we been working on? And that's the cover that goes on it. So it makes it look more like the chainsaw. And I've got the handle. The handle is somewhere here as well. So, oh, thank you for the follow, Kim. So yeah, so that's kind of what I've been working on. Like I said, oh, that's what I was going to say. See, sorry, ADHD, my brain sometimes skips. So, let me see. Is this the one? No, that's the one that I see already. Current. Here we go. So, a lot of Sisters of Battle cosplayers. So this is what I've made for underneath already. So, like I said, I am a seamstress. It's, you know, sewing is something I can do. And a lot of the cosplayers, what they do is they make kind of a bolero jacket, just the sleeves. And then on their belt, they make the front bit and the back bit. But that always made no sense to me because in principle, they're battle nuns. They must have something underneath the armor. It's not like they just got like a piece of fabric in front. It just made no sense to me. So what I decided to do is make a dress type that is inspired on from a nun's habit. So the Sister of Battle that I'm doing is a Order of the Bloody Rose. So the ones you see mostly is the Order of the Martyred Lady, where they have a black armor and a red cloak. So mine is a red cloak. Sorry, a black cloak with white inside. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Fox. You have to say, if you have a particular way you want me to say your name, let me know. And so I decided to make this based upon the idea of yeah. Everybody, somebody else that came from you, Aurora. So yeah, so I decided to make a sort of a habit cloak. Ah, right. So this is why I decided to do a proper cloak on the knees, so that in principle, when the Sisters of Battle take off her armor, she has actually clothes on the knees instead of just under armor. So yeah, so that's why I made that. It also has a corset belt. Have I got that anywhere near? Yes, I do. So put that one away next to me. Hold on, you go sit there. Sit. Stay. So I've made, to keep a bit of the, you know, shape, because the habit doesn't really have a shape, and normal nuns have like a sort of a tie around them anyway. I made a proper corset belt with metal boning and plastic boning on these sides, but the metal boning on the insides. So that's the belt that she's wearing. It's got the proper lacing with the laces in the middle, so you can tie them up there. So, and it's reversible. I've made it reversible, so if I decide to do something else and wear it, I can do it that way. So that's one of the things that I did. So as a seamstress, this was something like, yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem. And now I finally have to go and sort out myself. But yeah, I need to sort out this because it's really long. But yeah, the first thing I did was all the sewing because it's the one thing I'm good at. And so now that I have to do all the foam bits, so but yeah, so that's the things I already have done for the cloak. Just to give you an idea, that's the thigh and the old calf armor. This is the reason when I saw this that I decided that I wanted to change the way the calf armor is as well. So that's the thigh armor. That's got a strip of Velcro on the top bit that sticks to my leggings, and this is where I decided that the calf armor was too bulky, so I had to redo it. So that's why I decided to go and redo it. So so that's kind of what I've been working on. Next week I'll be, so I start streaming at 4 o'clock CET. I don't know your time zones. So I started about 3 hours ago because I have to this is my hard end time. I need to finish at 7 o'clock my time. But next week what we're going to do is finish the right leg because I've done everything on the left leg now. So this should all be, you know, all the thinking out. Yeah. Yeah. So you're in the US then. Thinking about it. Yes, because you would have, yeah, because Australia's forward. So next week we're going to finish doing the, yeah. So I'm in Central Europe. I'm in Warsaw, in Poland. So that's where I hang out. So next week I'm going to finish putting this together, or probably just the sides, and start cutting out the kneecap and the flange bit that's on top. Because again, these seams need to dry for a bit before I'm gonna fully fold them around, because it puts really a lot of pressure on them. But we might be able to do some other things that I'm planning on. we're probably gonna do some tests to see how we can put a zipper properly into the armor, because the top armor, it looks like she's got something in the middle, and I want to put maybe a zipper in there in a way, because the top is hidden by the neck and the shoulder pieces. So maybe go and do some tests and see how close I can get it. Because I most likely will have to be able to put it on my own. I don't have many of my friends here in Poland that are into cosplay. So most of my friends are all in the US. In the UK. And so, yeah, I need to be able to put it on. So there might be do some test pieces on how to do that and start planning on how to make the top armor, because I'm planning on using 3mm foam and Wobbler. So, but yeah, for a Saturday, it's for the US, it's a bit early. But yeah, I have at 8 o'clock my time, so in an hour, I'm playing a game called PlanetSide 2, and I'm one of the squad leaders, so I have to be there. So in the next hour, I'll be feeding my cat, feeding myself, and cleaning up, because I don't know about you, but I always make such a mess when I do this. It's like my whole desk is like, ah. But yeah, so what I'm going to do next is I need to have a look, see if I raid someone. Because I am at my end time, and I know I can hear my alarm going off already. So let's pause the music, go into chatting. There we go. Ooh. So let's see if I can find someone. Yep, I can hear my armor. I can hear my alarm go off already. Someone is playing video game. And I can try and look for cosplay again, but it's just such a nightmare trying using cosplay, because so many people use cosplay and they don't do cosplay. Yes, well, so I'm Hebe. Hebe's been my online gaming name for a very long time. So Hebe's Asylum is my kind of name for the channel. It's a safe space, because this will always be safe for LGBTQIAs plus, for minority, everybody in that respect. Because Asylum, is a safe place. But also I am ADHD. I'm neurodivergent. I'm a chaos kremlin, as I call myself on a regular basis, and my favorite saying has always been, normal is overrated. Being normal is overrated. Why would you want to be normal? And so that's why it's the crazy house as well, and I have a padded room, because I really would love one, but yeah, especially when it's really, really bad. My ADHD is going. So right, so why did it not? Oh yeah, okay. See, this is what I mean. It's like people using cosplay as a tag, and they're not making cosplays. Why? Why? It's so annoying. It's like I have to scroll through. Same category then. And that's German. Yeah, I can't send you to. And somebody's printing shit. No, that's just. Oh, damn it! Right. Only other thing I can think of. Where is it? I keep forgetting. No, that's not it. Where's the team thing again? How do I get there again? I have no idea. Oh, I got 190 followers now. That's so great. Right, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to another streamer. She's Danger Angel cosplay. She is actually doing a cosplay. She's making a Borg type cosplay, so I will going to send you to her. She usually streams live from a shop, so that's always fun. Oh yeah, that looks good. I haven't raided her in a while. Right, okay. Right, everybody. Aurora, thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for sending all your friends. I'm 10 away from 200, so I'm really excited now. From 200 followers. So yes, like I'll be back next week in 3 hours back. Yes, JR, have a good evening. Say hello to Danger Angel for me. She is a cosplayer, and I will see you all next week. Sadly, I can only stream once a week, so that's all I can do. But I will see you all next week, and thank you for everybody for following, because I love you all. See you later.